Increasing career opportunities for veterans and emergency managers by recognizing their experiences and training get their degrees faster. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, faster, yes, and just the realizing there's an opportunity. I mean, I've helped a lot of veterans, and through veteran communities, veteran groups, of when they come back, they have no purpose. They don't know what they want to do, right? I mean, you go from having all of this camaraderie and family and working towards a mission and all that, and then you come back and it's all kind of gone. The family is gone. The mission is gone. And the people who you're with now at home kind of don't understand what you went through. So it's harder to talk to about, especially for people who've kind of been in combat. And so a lot of them, my interest has not been on the academic side, but more helping them start businesses, right? A lot of them start businesses and want to. And so there's groups like Bunker Labs that we partnered with when I did my tour, and others. So yeah, it's a huge, I think even just awareness that, hey, go and get an education, go increase your skills. Like, you have value, you have something to contribute again. You're not useless, right? For a lot of people, it's an easy path to slip down when all that structure and familyhood is kind of gone. So that's cool. I like it. So what are you doing? You're making content on it? You're making videos? What are we doing, Craig? Craig is saying, exactly. Seeing there is still purpose and hope. Yeah. It's huge, man. It's huge. So when I was doing my tour in 2019, I did 23 cities. 23 cities? Am I getting that right? Something like that. It was something crazy. 23 cities in 90 days. So my mind's I'm a little spacey today. I had all day filming. And at the first city was a woman from Bunker Labs, and she helped represent veterans in starting their business. And so that led to our kind of partnership for the rest of the tour. But one of the things that I did in every city was we gave away one of the seats. At least one spot in every city was offered up to a veteran entrepreneur who maybe couldn't afford to come to the event. And I also did some one-on-ones with people afterwards. And just the level of despair that a lot of people have, and even though there is training, and even though they try to prepare people for civilian life, is just scary numbers, and very often leading to super dangerous paths of depression, suicide, drug use, alcohol abuse. It's really domestic violence. Like, it leads to a lot of crazy things when you lose your sense of purpose. So I hear you. I love that you're attacking that problem. So I mean, if you're the president of the university, that's obviously more than you're doing more than just helping veterans, right? Or is that your biggest mandate for while you're president there? Craig says, we have accredited degrees and graduate pathways, so after doing our bachelor, they can go on to master's programs in USA, UK. We are VA funded in the USA. Cool. So are you then making more content talking about, I think there's a huge opportunity to make content talking about it and spreading the awareness of we were doing a little bit, and I was talking to firefighters too. We're looking at doing something with the firefighters, because every firefighter wants to be an entrepreneur. Every firefighter basically is an entrepreneur. Like, every firefighter I've met has some kind of side hustle going on. And so showing them what they could be, right? So doing a show where you are bringing on people who are veterans and having them share their experience, and you're just interviewing them, and they talk about their experience and what they felt coming home, and the challenges of coming back to normal life, and then how education was the path out. I mean, I would do it through entrepreneurship, but education is another path out. And what they did, how they overcame, how they discovered purpose, what they're doing now, so that people who are in the same situation can look at it as a path. Yes, content, you are the man. So wanted to join Movement Makers to learn the best way to share what we were doing, bigger, better. So Craig, what I would do, I would do that show. I would, to whatever university have stakeholders, right? So it's a little more challenging. It's a little more, not political, but political. Of what you're doing is watched with a different level of scrutiny than an entrepreneur who can control everything. But as much as possible to not make it about the university, because the second it becomes a promotional piece, then it's not content anymore. It's an ad, and ads are not the thing that's going to change culture and change the perspectives of people, right? So the goal would be just to promote education. And if you're the only one making content for education for veterans, then you will naturally be the one that they want to go to. So I would start a show where, I don't know if you are a veteran, Craig. That obviously is a different story, right? Like I am not a veteran. I haven't served in any of the armed forces. So I can't share any direct experience. I can't even pretend to understand what people go through, right? I could just share the stories that I've heard and have some compassion and empathy, but I can't pretend to understand what that's like. So, I don't know if you are a veteran, then obviously you can share your story. If you're not, then the show becomes about finding veterans who have gone on to do great things after being in the armed forces because of education. And maybe they went to university, or maybe they went to, it's not just your university alumni show, because then it's very self-serving and comes off as a commercial and just wouldn't do well. That could maybe be good newsletter content or something, but it wouldn't do well to actually change anything. What do I need to get rid of here? Let's get rid of some of this stuff, right? But anybody who's gone on and had success and came out of the veteran, came out of the armed forces, and then education was their path out, you want to interview them on your show. And that becomes a regular show. And just lean into your genuine care and curiosity and empathy, and give them a voice. Oh, there's diamonds there. Give them a voice, give them a platform. And then you suddenly become the person for this. But then you, as a result of being at the university, your university becomes the default place to go as well. And it's a pretty easy show to make. You just have to find, I don't know if it's all you or you have an assistant or someone on your team to help, but you just have to find people to come on and be guests, which is relatively easy to do, especially given how many people have come through the armed forces and then went to go get an education, right? Tons. Thanks, Evan. I was making notes. All right, cool. Well, good luck. And also, does that feel right for you, right? Because it's got to be something that you enjoy doing. Yes, it has purpose and meaning and furthers the ambitions of your university, but does it sound fun that you'd enjoy doing it? Because then there's all sorts of things you can do in there, right? You can have some of the university students come and help produce the show, so they're getting now video and podcast and YouTube experience. You can have students who are in the communications be part of reaching out. Like the number one job everybody wants to have is a YouTuber. So now you're actually giving some people some practical hands-on experience of what it takes to create a show from other areas in the university. Anyway, so those are some initial thoughts. Feels right? All right, I like it, Craig. Nice.